All right. Good afternoon, everyone. I just realized I don't have any music. Okay. So normally I'd probably like blitz learn, but there are a ton of stories that you unlock as you go through the learn section. So I think something mellow in the back would be nice. Let's try this. So I'll listen to my YouTube description. Yeah. Hey Samuel. BGM. This with the link. Save. Okay. So I'm gonna change my approach to this and treat it more like a game. I've always kind of said that because this is kind of what it is. You can definitely use this as a teaching tool. In the later sets, there's definitely a lot lessons. There are definitely a lot more advanced things you do, and you can see there's a lot. By the time you get to the very end, I believe Duolingo says a person should have about an intermediate level of understanding of the language. Hey, thanks for following, Miguel. Ignore the rest.
パスポート。
パスポート。
ビクラムと妻のプリティは空港にいます。
Regret. What?
ビクラムと妻のプリティは空港にいます。
Vikram. Vikramu. I couldn't hear that. I don't know if you guys can you guys hear that?
ビクラムと妻のプリティは空港にいます。
Oh, I mean, if you slow down that much, thanks. Thanks, Duo. To Tsuma no. Tsuma. Tsuma is his wife. Pretty. His wife's pretty. Oh, the wife's name is Pretty, right? Totsuma no Pretty. And his, I think, if anyone's able to, if anyone has at least a higher level of Japanese knowledge than I do, a much higher, and understands exactly what this is saying, let me know.
どうしよう。僕のパスポートはどこ？ここにないんだ。
So, どうしよう。What do I do? 僕のパスポートはどこ? So, where is my passport? 僕の. 僕 is I, 僕の. My. The no particle, the no character here, this is a particle, something we don't have in English. But in Japanese, they use particle to denote certain meaning. The no, in this particular case, means that whatever comes after is a belonging of the first, of what comes prior to it. So what came prior? Boku, I. So I am the subject matter here. Boku no. So whatever comes after no is belongs to me because I'm before. Therefore, if something belongs to you, you say it's yours, mine, in this case. My passport. Passporto wa. So what the wa here is actually the ha character in Japanese. It's something that it's something you learn quickly because it's something that happens almost instantaneously the moment you start learning Japanese. Is that you use the ha character, the hiragana ha, for a lot as a particle, and when it is used as a particle, it's pronounced wa, and that's just how it is. It's a change in pronunciation based on its positioning, based on its purpose. You'll hear that a lot in Japanese, where a lot of the same character, usually in kanji, mind you, not usually with hiragana, but usually the same kanji character will be pronounced a different way based on its positioning, based on its context. In this case, instead of a kanji character, it is a hiragana character. Doko, where? So, my passport, where? Where is my passport? Is how we would parse this in English. Koko ni nai n da. Koko ni, so here, koko ni. Ni is here, in this case, is another particle. Koko. Koko means here, koko ni. So in reference, when you see koko ni, it means the person is saying in reference to the immediate surrounding here, nainda. It's not here. Isn't. Nainda. It's not here in the immediate surrounding. Is essentially how you can think of that. But otherwise, you can just say it's not here.
Vikramu.
Vikramu. So that's the wife. Talking to Vikram.
カバンの中にもない。
Kaban is a bag. Kaban no naka ni. Naka means inside. So with naka ni, again, we see the ni particle again. Kaban no naka ni. Naka ni. So in belonging to the bag being the subject matter. So within the bag, inside the bag, kaban no naka ni mo nai. So we actually have another particle here. Mo. Which denotes as well. In this case, this particle actually has a meaning. It means a whole word. Mo. Nai. So you can see, up here we had nainda, but now we have nai. Kaban no naka ni mo nai. So it's also not in my bag. It's not in my bag. Two is a little weird in that saying it like that, I think. But mo means as well. Two. I think as well is normally used more often than two. I can't think of too many off the top of my head, but there's definitely usage of it like that. But I like to say as well.
そしてジャケットにもない。
So this is such a strange way of wording it for me, because this is 100% more played into storytelling. I don't think I hear people say そして when they're concerned about something. At least maybe I haven't heard enough, but here is like そして ジャケットにもない. We see the same construction here from before. にもない. So you can take the whole construction here that stayed and kind of think of it like as well as not in whatever this is. What this is, jacketto. So we change from inside the bag to jacket. Let's see. Take a quick pause to read chat. After a while of playing Hitman 1 and got bored, went to Hitman 2 and then found out because you bought Hitman 1, all the missions are unlocked for Hitman 2, but it doesn't carry over your progression. I see. How's my day going? It's going alright. I slept, woke up rather late, so I got proper sleep. Had some lunch. Brunch, I should say. And now I'm here. Because I mean, hey, you got good, right? That's what counts. So そして and then and so そして does this simply mean and? I guess it could. I suppose if you use it in the context of it just meaning and, I suppose. I don't know. It feels. I don't think. Yeah, as far as I gotta watch more dramas. Is all I'm getting from this. Watch more Japanese dramas or TV shows, because I don't think I've heard. If someone's like worried or like they're exclaiming that they've lost their passports. Usually they're going to be rather informal in the way they construct their sentence, and they just kind of exclaim, "Oh, it's not inside my bag, it's not in my jacket," and they're just looking around. カバンの中にもない、ジャケットにもない。And I don't know if even they say the whole ending particle phrase. I think they would condense it more. Nai, just simply say nai. But I guess for learning purposes, this is pretty funny. Vikram can't find his password. Yes, that's right. Hey, you how's it doing? We're just
でも、ビク。
we're just going through the story here. I'm kind of I want to go fast, but it's really funny to break down these sentences and kind of inject my own knowledge as well as learn some more stuff here. And this is a very good tool for that. So here it says demo, but this simply means the English word but, B-U-T. It's no. What's the English word for this? It is contrasting. It's a so in English we use but to as a contrasting clause, or to connect a contrasting clause. Sorry, what that means is that we utilize but to connect a second sentence that is contrasting with the initial sentence. We can say it's really hot, but it's snowing. Normally, if it's really hot, it means the temperature's high. If the temperature's high, normally it's not snowing. So we say, but it's snowing. If they were complementing clauses, if they go hand in hand, then it would normally say, you would use the word and. Today is cold and it's snowing. That makes sense. Something that doesn't make sense would be, today is hot and it's snowing. People would have to think twice about what you just said for a native English speaker, because what you just said, while the two ideas alone makes perfect grammatical sense, when combined, it throws native speakers for a loop. It challenges their thinking, because they go, "What do you mean?" Because it's like, "Oh, it's hot. Okay, yeah. You're thinking blistering sunlight. It's sunny, but there's snow." Because for us native speakers in English, we associate snow with a colder climate during the winter when temperature is below zero, right? So you can kind of I'm trying to highlight how you use and but here. So in Duolingo for demo, Vikram, so the wife is saying, but honey, husband.
そうだ、パスポートはタクシーの中だ。
Soda, of course. This is the light bulb going on, turning on. There we go, turning on in Vikram's head. Soda, of course. Passport wa, the passport. Taxi no naka da. So, we're back to the more casual construction of the sentence. Taxi is, as you can guess, taxi. It's inside the taxi. Vikram is saying, soda. Oh, of course. The passport is inside the taxi. Inside of, no naka. Inside of the taxi.
ビクラムはタクシーに向かって走ります。
So now we have the narrator saying, Vikram, taxi ni, towards the taxi, mukatte, taxi ni mukatte hashirimasu. So this whole sentence construction is simply saying Vikram is running towards the taxi. So he's like, oh, my passport's in the taxi. He's now running towards the taxi.
Vikram, 違う.
Now the wife is saying, Vikram, you're wrong. Wrong. 違う. 違う. This is, I believe, I could be wrong. I want to say this is the dictionary form of the word 違う. So when you look up 違う, you can look up 違う in the dictionary. And this is what we mean. What we mean when we say dictionary form for the Japanese language is essentially you have words that when you want to look it up, you look up this form of it in the dictionary. Whereas other forms that you make when you do conjugations will not appear in the dictionary. It's like in English, when you look up the word walk to understand what walking is. You don't look up walking, you look up walk. We understand that walking is a conjugated form of walk.
プリティはビクラムに向かって走ります。
So now we have the same sentence construction as up above, except instead of it saying Vikram's running towards the taxi, we have Priti running towards Vikram. So she's chasing after her husband.
どうしよう。タクシーはもうここにいない。
Doshio, what do we do? What do I do? Taxi. Oh, God. What? That's very strong incense. Oh, God. Jeez. Excuse me. Oh, that's no good. That is no good. Give me a second. Let me turn on the fan. Someone's burning incense and I have the window open. And it's coming inside from my window. Okay. Okay. Alright, I can breathe again. So it's saying, どうしよう、タクシーはもう、ここにいない。So in English, it's saying, the taxi's not here anymore. So how we parse this in Japanese, taxi wa, the taxi, mo as well, or in this case, no longer, mo koko ni inai. You can see the taxi, mo anymore, here isn't. The taxi isn't here anymore. Okay, that you know that construction makes the most English sense, I suppose. So yeah, that's a nice way of putting it down. The taxi was still parked in the same place. No, it's wrong.
これは大変だ。
これは大変だ. This is terrible. This is bad. This is a problem.
ビクラム。
Vikram.
パスポートはタクシーの中にはないよ。
So here we see a very similar construction, but a change in the particles. パスポートはタクシーの中にはないよ. The passport is not in the taxi.
あなたの左手を見て。
あなたの左手見て。左? That means left. 左手? Te, it means hand. Look in your left hand. あなたの your left hand. Look at. 見て or 見て. So the o particle here, we finally see the o particle. You use that particle before your verb. So if you notice, we actually haven't, well, it's not all verbs, as we see, when it comes to like running towards a location, we see you can use the whole construction here to actually say you run towards a location. You can go to a destination. You can use a different particle. But for a lot of the basic sentence constructions in Japanese, we use the o particle, and this is pronounced o. It's a special o because technically speaking, this is actually wo, w-o, but pronounced o when used as a. And I think it's used used only as a particle. I think. I'm trying to remember. I just know that's just what it is.
Huh? Atta.
So Vikram's pass was on his left hand the whole time, and he just panicked so hard he forgot about it. There it is. Thank you, Pretty. Where was Vikram's passport? In his hand. Select the matching pairs. Kaban, bag. Passport, passport. Arigato, thank you. He, hand. Koko, here. Ba-bam! Alright, that was the passport. Let's move on to Dr. Eddie.
Eddie Sensei.
Eddie Sensei. Eddie Sensei. Sensei means teacher, but it's also used depending on context for doctor. So if someone goes to a school setting and say Sensei, they mean teacher. But to say doctor, I think you can also have the katakana pronunciation, but for the most part, you would call them sensei as well.
エディはスーパーにいます。
エディはスーパーにいます。Supermarket. So, supermarket is an English word that the Japanese took and kind of cut it down and used and just kind of just borrowed it. Just like how English borrows a lot of words from other languages, predominantly Latin. I mean, a Japanese borrowed word for English is emoji. We literally just said emoji. We literally just took emoji and just used it as our own. But emoji is a Japanese word for emoticon. Was used as a word to address authority, because I was wrong. Technically speaking, that is correct. Technically speaking. But it has to do with context, as most things do in Japanese. Authority here has to do with someone who has more authority than you. And if you're a student, a teacher has more authority than you. If you're going to the doctor, usually I would say Isha. Let me see if I can pop up Google Translate here. Isha. Give me my keyboard. Isha. Doctor. So, I know this is kind of really small, but usually Isha is like the official title for a doctor. Isha. So you say doctor for Isha. But I suppose when you're addressing the person, you're speaking to them, you say sensei. Someone who has knowledge in like a studied knowledge in the field. Is how I would word that. So Eddie wa, so we can assume this person in the picture here is Eddie. Eddie wa super ni imasu. Eddie's at the supermarket.
綺麗な女の人がエディに話しかけます。
Oh, Eddie. Hireina, pretty. Someone who's beautiful. Hireina, onna no hito. Woman. Onna no hito. Onna is mi. Hireina onna no hito. Yeah. It's a bit of a complex way, but it's essentially onna means woman. Onna no hito ga, a person who's a woman who is pretty or who is beautiful, a beautiful woman. Eddie ni, so Eddie. So there's I'm gonna try to skip through particle explanation because it's gonna take forever, and there's so many cases of it. But you'll notice that there's certain things here that kind of don't roll off the tongue when you try to pronounce it. So onna no hito, that rolls off the tongue. Onna no hito ga. You can see how when you say ga or ga after that, you kind of can't go on. It kind of stops the flow of what you're saying. This particle in this case, onna no hito ga eri ni, at least for me, it kind of forms as a stopper of a flow to kind of give you an idea where the actual particle and idea stops and something else either connects or starts anew. 綺麗な女の人がエリに話しかけます。Talks to. So Eddie is currently trying to flirt with a very beautiful woman. Kirei woman talks to Eddie at the Kirei na onna no hito ga Eddie ni hanashi. Okay, no, I said, yeah, I was wrong. I said, no, that's wrong. A woman talks to Eddie at the supermarket. Yes, that's right. So, Eddie ni, towards Eddie. So yes, this is right. So I got it wrong in the sense of I forgot who's talking to who. I thought Eddie was flirting with the woman. No. Based on the sentence construction, the beautiful woman is now talking to Eddie. So the woman has come up to Eddie and is now speaking with him. And you can know this, I should have known this, by seeing the construction Eddie ni. Eddie ni. So again, ni means towards whoever's before the particle. And then afterwards, whoever's after the ni particle is what's happening towards the person, place, or thing, or just towards whatever's behind, which is Eddie. So the ga particle actually breaks the sentence up so that you know that this whole clause after ga is being applied by whatever's behind. Kirei na onna no hito ga. So this woman's the topic and is the topic at hand, and they're the one that's doing something to Eddie. So the woman is talking to Eddie at the supermarket.
すみません。
Excuse me. すみません. That means excuse me.
Hi.
Hi, yes.
お医者さんですか?
So you mean, this is equivalent to the English, お医者さんですか? お医者さん is another way of saying doctor, and you can kind of see it, 医者, お医者. So, you add in the, this is something that's also pretty unique to Japanese, you add in the o at the beginning to denote, politeness. You're being very polite, when you say, when you add the o in front of something. Like, for family, okasan or kasa. You hear Japanese people say both okasan, mom, or kasan. Also means mom, but much more informally. There's no o at the beginning. Otosan, otosama. You say o to start it off, or you can just say tosama, to. To be a lot more informal, less respectful. Don't get it mistaken with ototo. Don't say toto for ototo. No. Ototo is the whole thing. Ototo means little brother. So don't get mistaken there. You need the whole ototo to say little brother. You can't just say toto.
僕ですか?
So now, Eddie, what? This is like, huh? This is basically the English, huh? What? Boku desu ka? You mean me? Me? Etto is another way of saying, so, what? Huh? Me? So, constant stuttering.
はい。 そうです。
So Eddie is not lying. I'm assuming, and unless he's not, let's just assume he's right. He's saying, "Hi, sold is yes, of course. That's right. I'm a doctor."
よかった。
Oh, so yokatta. Thank goodness. Good.
エディはお医者さんではありません。
Eddie はお医者さんではありません。So we can see from here, Eddie, this is the narrator speaking by the way, Eddie, お医者さんではありません. So this is how you form the negative. ではありません is the ending you attach onto a sentence to say no, to say it is not so. Otherwise, you would have said, Eddie はお医者さんはあります。ではあります。Can you say ではあります？あります。お医者さんはあります。My previous Japanese lessons are failing me right now. I haven't thought about this in a while. I think so. I think dewa. Is dewa used in both? I'll have to think about it another day. So, regardless, you can see now that Eddie is lying. He's not a doctor.
僕はたくさんお金を持っています。
Alright. So I can kind of piece two and two together. He thinks he's getting flirted on right now. Boku wa takusan o kane o motte imasu. What this means is he's saying that he makes a lot of money. Boku wa I takusan Vance. Hello. Is it a cool stream? I just feel like I'm just going through Duolingo and just kind of very surface level knowledge here. Well, I hope you enjoy it. Takusan a lot. This means a lot. A lot of. Okane, money. O, we return of the o particle. Motteimasu, to make a lot of. To have a lot of. I have a lot of money. How not to flirt with someone one-on-one, by the way.
それに僕の家は大きいです。
So he's saying this is a type of conjunction where he's continuing on to like try to bolster himself even more. So they need, which means also in this case. So they need. I actually didn't know that you would use as also. I know you say so to need to continue on to a sentence. I just didn't know that it meant also. So see, I'm doing this so I can also learn. Boku no uchi wa ookii desu. My house is big. Boku no my. Again, we're back to the no particle. Uchi wa, my house. Ookii desu. Is big. My house is big.
高いズボンも持っています。
高いズボンも持っています。I don't know what zubon means. What is it? It's pants. He also has expensive pants. What a way to try to bolster yourself up.
へえ、でも。
Now they say, okay, he is a way, a Japanese person kind of like letting you know that they're listening to you. He, like I see, kind of. It's like okay. I know it says translates to okay. It's more like when you're talking to someone, they say I see. I'm listening. I see. But
向こうに病気の人がいます。
向こうに病気の人がいます。This one. And you couldn't hear that? Let's do it
向こう
again.
に病気の人がいます。
So, 向こうに over there 病気の a sick 病気人 hito, person, a sick person, exists over there. Gaimasu means there is, as you can see there. So there is a sick person over there. Kind of parse it backwards here.
牛乳売り場の近くです。
牛乳売り場の近くます。Lactose intolerance? Milk section near. Oh, no. They're saying over there, the person is near the milk section because he's at the supermarket.
その人を助けてください。とても具合が悪そうです。
その人を助けてください。Please save that person. その人, that person を助けてください。Please save. Please help. とても、very much, very具合が悪そうです。So that's how you say looks sick. I didn't know that, so I learned this too.
その人を助けてください。とても具合が悪そうです。
具合が悪そうです。The one wants Eddie to help a sick person. Yeah.
大変だ。
大変だ. Well, I mean, that's what you get for lying, right? Oh no, 大変だ. Big trouble. And this is him saying to himself, really. Uh-oh.
エディは別の女の人を見かけます。そしてその人に話しかけます。
Is he trying to call for help from another person? Eddie 別の女の人 a different person? を見かけます。He sees another person, そして and that person その人に話しかけます。So he sees another person show up, and so he goes towards that new
す
person.
みません。お医者さんですか？
And now he's asking for a doctor. Excuse me, are you a doctor? Yeah. So now, after all that, Eddie's the one looking for a doctor. Try to help the bad situation at hand. Betsuno, different. Okane, money. Oisha-san, doctor. Gyunyu is milk. Uchi is house. Ba-bam! A new coat. Let's read.
新しいコート。
新しいコート. So you can kind of see. Coat is a borrowed word from English to mean coat. Pronounced koto. Atarashi is the adjective new. Atarashi koto.
ビクラムは服屋にいます。一人の女の人がビクラムに話しかけます。
It's the Japanese exclamation mark. So when you use the Japanese keyboard, it changes it. So the English keyboard, you have these. In the Japanese keyboard, you have these. And that has to do with everything on how the spacing is for Japanese characters, by the way. When you compare the two. Vikram wa fukuya. Fukuya is a clothing shop. So fuku, it means clothing. When you add ya after that, it means store. So what kind of store? A clothing store. Ni imasu. He's inside a clothing store. Hitori no onna no hito ga Vikram ni hanashi kakemasu. So there's only a single person inside the store. We can presume to be the employee. And she's talking to Vikram. So Vikram は服屋にいます。一人の女の人が Vikram に話しかけます。
すみません。
すみません。Excuse me.
はい。
Hi, yes. A woman in the store says goodbye to Vikram. No.
お店の人ですか？
Oh, Mise. Okay, so this woman is also someone who's a customer. She's not an employee. Omise no hito desu ka? Omise means just a store or the store, and in this context, since they're in a clothing store, she means the clothing store. Omise no hito desu ka? Are you a person of the store? Are you an employee or a shop assistant?
僕は
I am.
よかった。手伝ってくれませんか？
I know it sounds better in English by the way I pronounced it, but essentially Vikram is trying to gather his thoughts here. So he says, boku wa, I said I am, but so he's kind of not completing sentences, and now the woman is assuming things, and you know what they say about assumptions here. So she says, Yokatta. Oh, thank goodness. Tetsudatte kuremasen ka? Tetsudatte is a conjugated form, tetsudao, to help. So she's asking, could you help me out here? So, yeah.
新しいコートが欲しいんです。
新しいコート remember the title of the story? 新しいコートが欲しいんです。欲しいんです。To want something. She wants to buy a new coat, and she's looking for advice from the shop assistant. So 新しい new コート the title of the story が欲しいんです。She wants a new coat.
この赤いコートはどうですか？
この赤いコートはどうですか？この this 赤い red コート coat. This red coat はどうですか？ What do you think about this red coat?
それか。この茶色いコートはどうですか？
それか、この茶色いコートはどうですか？ I however these words for this red coat. How about this red coat? それか、as well as this 茶色 I believe is yellow. 茶色コートはどうですか？それか or okay, so I thought as well as means or それかこの茶色 is brown. Okay, so I also don't know my colors apparently. I'm sorry, it's been a while. Well, that's why we do the streams like this. Or you know, I could be blitzing on my own, but where's the fun in that? 茶色 coat or this brown coat. What do you think? どうですか？
そうですね。
Now Vikram's just going with the flow. そうですね。そうですね。そうですね。Well.
その茶色いコートは安いです。
その茶色コートは安いです。And I believe he's saying that the brown coat is cheap. So that 茶色 brown コートは安いです。It's cheap. Yeah.
でもその赤いコートはとても綺麗です。
But でもその赤いコートはとても綺麗です。So that red one, that red coat, very beautiful. その赤いコートはとても綺麗です。Very beautiful. Vikram thinks a red coat is beautiful.
そして暖かいです。
そして暖かいです。Very warm. そして暖かいです。
あなたにぴったりですよ。
あなたにぴったりですよ。For you, あなたにぴったり. It's perfect for you. So ぴったりです. It means perfect. Yo is the Japanese exclamation particle. So aside from the exclamation mark, when you're speaking with someone, you can denote that you're exclaiming something that you really mean it by adding yo to the end of the sentence.
わかりました。この赤いコートにします。
Okay, and she says, わかりました. I understand. I got it. Okay. Alright, catch you later, Samuel. この赤いコートにします. So, she's gonna buy this red coat にします. She'll take it.
ありがとうございま
So
す。
she's gonna buy it. Thank you very much. ありがとうございま
レ
す。
ジはどこですか？
Reggie, checkout はどこですか? So, register? Reggie. You like how they shorten words like that? So, she's looking for the
わか
checkout.
りません。
わかりません。
僕はこの店の人ではありませんから。
And now the whole charade's gone. He exposes himself. わかりません. I don't know. I don't know. 僕はこの店の人ではありませんから。So he's saying, I'm not, the shop assistant of the store. Kara means because. So, this is how you construct the sentence. I don't know, and that's because I don't work here. Yes, a woman thought Vikram worked at the store. Ni hanashimasu. Hanashi kakemasu. Fox 2. Ga hoshiin desu want. Ni imasu is in atarashi new fukuya clothing store. Ba-bam! Alright, let's try finishing up this, and then we'll switch over to some Genshin Impact. Tenkosei.
転校生。
Tenkosei, transfer student.
ザリとリリーはスクールバスで話しています。
ゼリーとリリーはスクールバススクールバスで話しています。So Zari and Lily school bus and so they're speaking on the school bus. Can you guess which one's Lily and which one's Zari? No, they're not driving the school bus.
私たちのクラスに転校生がいるんだよ。
Lily, 私たちのクラスに So our class 転校生がいるんだよ。There's a new transfer student coming to our classroom. Our class is a transfer student.
名前はミゲル。
名前は their name is Miguel.
ミゲル。ねえ。
I'm sorry. That way of saying it threw me for a loop there.
ミゲル。ねえ。
Miguel. Huh. ねえ. So Lily is beyond uninterested based on her intonation. That's That's something, alright. That is something, alright.
ミゲルはメキシコ出身で、ミゲルのお父さんは本を書くんだよ。
Okay, I followed half of that. Miguel wa Mexico sushin. De sushin means to be from. So Miguel is from Mexico. Miguel no otou-san, so father, wa hon o kakendayo. Hon, book. His father's book. His father writes books. Okay. That's the part that I couldn't piece together in my head. Let's try listening to that one more time.
ミゲルはメキシコ出身で、ミゲルのお父さんは本を書くんだよ。
とても。
とても面白いね。安いね。おいしいね。Interesting. Huh?
面白いね。
Oh, right. Check boxes. Cheap, delicious. That's very interesting. You don't sound interesting at all, Lily.
ミゲルはスペイン語と英語と日本語がわかるんだ。
Ooh. Miguel wa Spain go, Spanish. To, Eigo, English. To, Nihongo, Japanese. Ga wakarunda. So Miguel understands Spanish, English, Japanese.
へえ。
へえ。
頭がいいんだね。
頭がいいんだね。She's really has such sarcastic sarcastic voice. It's so funny to me. Oh man. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But oh, it's so funny.
頭が良くて背が高いんだ。それにミゲルは綺麗な。
So he is smart. He has a good head on his shoulder. Is the English phrase there. Atama ga yokute, se ga takai n da. Sore ni Miguel wa kirei na. De intelligence. He is smart. He is tall. And he is beautiful. So in this case, describing a dude, he's handsome. Is how we would say that in English.
綺麗な。何？
Although, I think she is actually calling him beautiful, so that's why Lily's like, beautiful. What? What do you mean, beautiful?
綺麗な靴を持ってるんだよ。
Well, beautiful shoes. So it shifted from Miguel being beautiful to his shoes being beautiful.
ザリ、ミゲルは後ろにいるよ。
Zari, Miguel is behind you.
ねえ、ミゲル。
リリー、元気？
Wait, do they know each other? Does Lily actually already know Miguel? Genki.
うん。ミゲル、こっちは私の友達のザリだよ。
So Lily and Miguel is like close friends, so that's why she's so sarcastic. Because she knows Miguel. Uh-huh. That's what you think about my friend, eh? Oh, by the way, here's my friend Lily. This is my friend Zari.
ザリはミゲルの靴が好きなんだよ。
Zari, Miguel, shoes. That pause. Listen to that pause.
ザリはミゲルの靴が好きなんだよ。
Just thinking about how do I say this? Zari likes the shoes.
どうも、ミゲル。
But we know very obviously she likes Miguel. Domo. Hi, Miguel. So I didn't realize that Miguel's shoes were was today. Miguel was sitting behind her. Namae, name, ga suki, like ushiro, behind, bengo, omoshiroi. Ba-bam! And that is set 1 done. That took me an hour, huh? I mean, to be honestly, I wasn't really expecting that. I'll be honest. But that was pretty good. So I'm hoping. So now I'm gonna actually switch over to something else. Yeah, and that something else is Genshin. So let me see if I can do that. Which means I need to now end stream on my YouTube side, and hope. So I'm gonna end stream. It's gonna like do the outro for the Twitch side as well, but I'm gonna be right back without skipping a beat, hopefully. So let me pull out the outro here for the YouTube side, and if this works the way I want it to work, then I'll be really, really cool. So yeah, for the Twitch people, I'll be right back. For the YouTube people, we got a different stream happening right about now, which is Genshin Impact. I'm gonna launch that now, so you guys can check it out here. That's the link. And thank you guys all for joining me for this 1-hour session of 4 short stories from Duolingo. For the YouTube channel, catch you guys later.